I mean, seriously, so it's tough. It's tough to get by. I mean, because it's just so much detail. But like, stories are really shocked. Let's just say stories are safe from being murdered. Nobody has ever. Yeah, you'll be totally shocked by. I don't know if it's because I'm so far in the books now. I don't know what they're going to show this season.
Yeah. I had to watch these videos without trying to see too many spoilers.
Yeah.
Are you caught up on Walking Dead?
Yep.
I know, and somehow I missed an episode, so I gotta wait for it to come back around. Episode last week or whatever it's real. La da da. Oh, it looks wow. Punch him right in the seat. Oh yeah, what's so funny about his glasses?
Paul, what happened to 2 holes in it? That's what he's laughing at.
Let me see.
Why is that so hilarious?
The clock is paused for another 60 seconds before we get this thing going.
Rob, what was in those little holes?
Look, all he showed me is like a daisy.
Oh, what was in there? You know what? Now I'll tell him.
What was
Yeah, tell.
Oh, I went. Like you can make anything up. You'll probably say some Lay's brand or something.
Yeah, like cover girl.
So what was on
Is it cover girl?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah, I had cover girl glasses. Yeah.
Hey, we've all been there, Paul.
Did you not know that this was cover girl?
Maybe he's born.
No, that's my favorite brand.
That's Maybelline, though. Because I kept wanting
All
to say
players
that.
have taken their seats.
Oh, that brand.
Looks like everything looks good. I'll get the clock started here, and it looks like we're getting ready for part number 2 of game number 6, season 4, Chase the Bracelet.
You know, guys,
Clock is started. Blinds are 150, 300. 18 minutes left in the blinds. First to act will be
all right, come on.
Marco Urbanic.
What Marco does.
Robert sees 2 little holes.
And I believe we have the chip count here.
Only on you.
Paul's going to get to that.
We've got
We can fill that
Bobby
in
in
with
first place with 11,175. Corey in second with 97.25. Suited David.
I just want to know how long it took him to buy that little thing.
Because it's behind his ears, too, so you don't
I mean,
A little louder, Paul. Please.
I believe that's Mark with 5,600. Marco with 4,650.
Damn, I'll call him Spike.
Wait a minute, maybe that might be Mark with 3,600. I can't quite tell. Robert
checks.
34.75 and Max with 34.50.
And we got Suited Dan with 2 pair.
Is it 3 or 5? 3. That's okay. That is Mark with 3,600 and next to last chip position.
Paul bet 600.
Ed is with 27.25 in last.
Paul?
Robert calls. Suited Dan calls. Suited checks.
Suited Dan with 2 pair here.
Paul checks.
Suited Dan will take it down.
Suited Dan bets 1,200.
He might get a call from Rob here with a king. The way this hand's played out.
$1,200 for Robert to call.
Tough call with his chip stack, though. He calls here and loses. He's getting extremely short stack.
Robert Fold showing a king.
Oh, Dan, you should have showed him the jack.
Button moves, Max stacked first.
B-mill.
Good luck.
Max with 8s. Mark with 3s.
And Ed short stacked.
And Ed is getting short stacked there. He's got ace jack.
Max raises to 800.
See if Ed decides to go with ace jack.
I think he may pull the trigger here.
What was that?
The camera's flipping.
Oh.
Yeah,
26,
once again,
25.
he's in
Ed
a
is all
position
in.
where it's either all in or fold, because you can't just call off that much of your stack.
What did I just do? I
Just
just,
force Mark out with 3s.
Marco folds. Action on Max.
I think we're, yeah,
Max announces a call.
they're both fairly short stacked. And we've got a race.
Ed Woods versus Stan.
3 free ace. That's what's coming. Did you really?
Oh, look at that.
Jack in the window.
Oh! There's my diamond.
And there's Mark's 3.
Oh! There's my diamond. See if I would have voted.
2 pair for Ed.
No vote. Fun's good. Too bad hands full.
Ed doubles up.
He hit his flush, I hit my set.
When are you talking about? Best after the flop?
When I made on the turn. Like,
Is it only that one camera that's doing that?
I told you, I was only one ace off. See, I actually made that happen for you. I attracted it.
That'll put Max on the
All right,
extreme
let's-
short stack.
You know how many times I flopped that? You would have about how I want to flop this.
Oh, I would call eight. I would call the eight. Absolutely.
Can we see another big call?
Maybe if you thought about it.
It was like a 3
Straight to your head, yeah.
I think we'll see Corey raise and Rob probably.
23.75 all in. No.
Robert 23.75 and all in. Corey has 750 out there. Max folds the big blind of 300.
Let's see another race here.
Corey calls. Ace Queen versus Jacks.
They look like 23.75, of course. 21.25.
What are you putting out in universe? What are you putting out there?
I'm feeling jack.
21.25.
I'm feeling
All right,
jack.
pot's good.
King high on the flop. Let's see.
I can feel it. I feel jack of hearts.
King.
It's still coming.
9 flop.
Another diamond.
There's the king high.
King of hearts. Wait, no, I feel jack.
Oh! You got the universe on your side.
I'm telling you.
Here's Rob out.
All right, Robert out in first, ninth place.
Some kind of power.
Tonight, because you haven't slept.
No. We need to cover early. See you guys.
10 minutes, 39 seconds left in the blinds. Blinds are 150, 300.
Something crazy.
I have 2 diamonds there, too. Yeah, 3-5.
I do. I want to double up. I want more.
Can
Tyson has chips.
Can I
Tyson
have
has chips, cheeseburger.
Max calls. Two live cards for Max.
Max all in. B million call.
Ace deuce
I
five?
know another jack. No, it's a jack.
Ace deuce 4.
Ace deuce 4. Max flops the pair. Bobby gets
Jack.
a Oh no.
Yep, another 4 on the river.
I'm telling you.
Gives it to Max.
Welcome, Rob.
We don't understand.
Hello.
You seem to be in quite a hurry to get in here tonight.
Yeah, I'm still steaming about one hand when I tried to pull a bluff on Kraft, and obviously with I think it was 9-4 clubs. Didn't hit anything. He of course hit the club. I was hoping. I think if an ace would have hit the turn of the river, I would have got him out of it because I know he thought I was just playing ace rag or something like that. But it worked for me against Paul when big cards hit the board there. But
Paul's the one you can take a lot of pots away from, though.
Yeah.
He's a little bit.
No.
If he gets part of it, he's hard to get away from it.
Right. Yeah.
Is it off camera?
Yes, because I'm looking at you.
Are you looking at me?
Too much?
No, perfect, thank you.
Raise to 650.
Bobby trying to steal with the 4-6.
Bobby raises to 650.
I think Corey's going to make the call. Here.
Corey calls?
Yeah, he's got the chips to do it. If it was earlier, he'd probably get away with it because Corey
Bobby, what's coming?
doesn't like to call. He's got a real strong hand.
Bobby checks.
Bobby hits bottom pair. Let's see if Corey tries to take this away. See what Bobby does with bottom pair now.
Corey bets 700. Bobby calls.
And then Corey hits the jack. No longer stealing. The flush draw gets there. The gut shot straight draw gets there. Or he could have had an open ender there. He, a lot of draws got there. See if Bobby tries to take this.
Bobby check. Pair jacks.
Yeah, the jack will check there with all
Nice
the
hit.
draws getting there.
Oh, you had it? What did you flip over, Bobby?
7.
Flip it over a 6. So you had him the whole time.
I'm going to try to reset this camera. That might do it.
I had him the whole time, though.
Well, you know, I thought about that in the river, but then after we just talked about that, I was like, man, we should just raise these.
I think you guys should go in on a book or something.
No, man, it's just poker.
Yeah, we were getting some feedback or something on it.
I'm still sitting here with us. I see you were in 4th place coming into tonight.
Yeah, this is going to hurt.
Yeah, it's going to hurt him, yeah, quite a bit.
This may. Have you been out first yet?
I think maybe second week I was out first.
Okay.
Other than that, I've been doing a little bit better the last few weeks.
There's still six more games, so you got.
Yeah,
plenty of time
halfway
left.
point here, so I got some
People
time.
above him go deep. It's going to put him in a little bit of a hole.
Yeah, there's ideally Mark, suited Dan, and Bobby would go out here in some order in the next, as the next 3. But I think Corey having a good chip stack is actually helps that possibility.
What's that?
Did they not switch the camera
Oh, just automatically did it.
Some of us were talking at the break, and of all the players there, we just have a feeling Corey is the one that Bobby's afraid of. Bobby seems pretty aggressive with everybody else, and seems much more, plays it much more close to the vest against Corey, and Corey's such a tight player.
The thing about Corey is he's
That's the best way to double up, right? You don't even have to see
we
a
talked to him the first week. It's a standard sit and go. In the sit and go, all the books say play tighter, lay
Right.
down, the blinds get bigger, loosen up.
Right.
And that's what he's done every week so far. As soon as he gets some chips and it gets later, he starts moving them around. He just hasn't had any made it deeper in yet.
Right. He's had a couple of bad beats.
These have been the typical hands that everybody's been getting.
Yeah, this is and for people that don't play tournament poker. This happens a lot. Nobody gets anything. You just whoever's the most aggressive. Usually it'll be somebody with a chip.
Corey
stack
puts out a raise
around
of
smaller
$675.
And Suited Dan lets it go.
All players fold.
stacks. Just making a standard button raise there.
I see Paul's got his glasses back on.
He does. He pulled the CoverGirl logo off of the left eyepiece, which
Did it really say cover?
it really did say CoverGirl, and that's what I was cracking up about. And he explained to me, he's like, shh, only one other person noticed that, and it was my daughter. And he said he was at the drugstore and needed a new pair of sunglasses after running over his, and he picked those off the rack, got them home, and noticed they said CoverGirl.
That's hilarious. Hey, Marco's finally got a hand.
And he has been waiting all night for this hand. Let's see if
Doesn't
he
look
can-
like he's going to get a whole lot of action now.
No,
He may not.
really.
Marco calls.
Just calls what it says. Still probably won't get too much.
Paul checks.
Yeah, he's not getting anything.
Quick release from Paul.
Watch the tape, watch the tape.
9-3-10 flop. Yeah. Really fun.
That would have been funny.
Yeah. What do they say in back rock?
It would have been nice to know that Marco was sending a sub in his place, though, because this is not the typical
Well, that's-
Marco play.
Yeah, that's what I asked at break, what you guys did with Marco.
Maybe.
I've never seen him play like this.
Yeah, he might have slipped and hit his head on the way in the door tonight.
He said, I haven't had any cards. I said, well, that's not
Yeah, that has never stopped him any other night.
Paul calls. Mark checks his option. Both players check.
Let's see if Mark tries to take this away.
I think if he bets, he takes it.
Yeah.
Mark bets 300.
Most likely.
Paul folds.
Especially against a player like Paul.
Yep.
As he is.
Yep.
He checks to you. I bet to you. I'll bet him.
Almost every time.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Hustle some of the hustlers in the park. Hustle? Yeah. That's what I do in DC.
Are you going to put your earphones on?
I think-
Mark with a ace.
Speed check?
Yeah.
Dan with
That's how I
8-9 suited. Bobby with sevens.
Doing what?
Speed like the chess hustlers in the parks.
Raise 6 now.
Although in
Raised to 600 by Bobby
This
B.
could be
Million.
interesting if nobody gets too crazy with the raise.
I think if suited Dan calls here, Mark might ship it with the ace queen.
Chicago, all in
And And this is a hand Suited loves to call with.
Suited call 600.
Connected cards.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see Mark just ship it here. He's not played many hands tonight.
Okay. So you just wait for the bell. 28.50 more.
Mark Cutufello all in, 28.50 more.
Yeah, that's what I thought he'd do. Especially when Suited Dan just limped in.
34.50 total, Bob.
Trying to squeeze. He doesn't put, with Dan just calling, he doesn't put him on a very good hand.
No, no.
And he's hoping Bobby's a little weak.
Bobby folds.
And I don't think Dan can call her.
He's surprised me with calls before, so I try not to make too many predictions on Dan.
Suited Dan folds.
He's still. Sometimes he gets a wild hair going, and he'll do some crazy things sometimes.
That video is just not good. I think I'm gonna come into the studio and try and mess with that for a second.
All right.
Well, guys, I'm gonna head home.
Head home, make sure you can watch Walking Dead tonight.
Yeah, I gotta get Walking Dead, so I don't have to stay up all night watching the DVR.
Yeah, that's what I hate.
Yeah.
Because I got to be here all night.
Right. And God knows I can't count on my wife to hold off for and wait for me. So take it easy, guys.
All right, we'll see you next week.
200 to go now.
28 more. 28 more.
That sounds good.
So then you know that it's not me touching any buttons.
No, I know.
No, I mean, I still.
We aren't going to have this trouble when we go with the new system.
Yeah, they didn't do that.
Oh, I don't know. I wasn't sorry.
Go ahead, it's fine.
1,200 is that?
It's just like I feel that it's.
Hold tight, hold it. More chips.
17, 18 total. 6 more. Players all in.
That's not me.
I know, it's me.
Do you want me to hold on?
No, it's okay. Keep it going.
I would got all 4.
I had a good. I had Jack King's face.
I'm resetting the cameras with the software.
Alright. What are we feeling, Bobby? I think it's 6s. Lots of 6. Right in the window. I'm again. That's how I think when I play, so I know what's coming.
Oh, it looks like Max is out.
7s.
No, bro, you guys won't do that. Like, I'll look at my first card first.
Bob, big by yourself, Bob.
Then I look at it. And then I slowly slide the second card. But no, when I look at the
I wasn't
like,
going to raise. I was just going to try to rank them.
there's sometimes, and it's not like an 8.
It's the one. Probably would have. Yeah, if you had shoved that, would have called.
It's so sick.
Had you shoved it?
It's not every time I see it. Sometimes it's good.
I jacked
it in space. It's so weird, dude. I know it's not real. It's just, it's amazing to me how many times I looked at my hand and this is going to be
Think about yourself.
I'm going to go.
Yes, sir.
You are a UTG, sir.
Bob, you are STFU.
And you have AIDS.
Oh,
Not HIV, but
Right.
you know they have a cure for that now. It's in bees.
Alright, unless I reset the system, that should have done it.
Yeah, they cured
They cured somebody with a bee venom or something. Really do. My dad money.
You just have to wear a Red button, guys.
Good to go?
I think so. I hope so.
All right, we're back with the announcing now.
Dang, Mark over there shoving the small line to the face.
While we were gone, we lost
Corey.
Corey.
Oh, you got something?
He had to take off, so
Yeah, whatever.
we will be seeing him next week.
It'd be nice to hear it coming out of the train.
Right. Oh,
I'm
nice.
focused, man. I'm just
No wonder he's
Suited
calling.
in with queens.
We're racing, man.
Corey with a suited ace.
Yeah, I lost my small blind, half my small blind. Behind Mark with the
We're going to have the blinds with a suited ace and a small blind and queens in the big blind. We might see what Corey does here.
Oh,
Good.
go ahead, Corey.
Thank you.
5 more. These are bad.
When are you guys gonna have a
I'm giving him
phone
back
call
the
and
tips that I
people
want.
watching at home call in and on breaks while you guys are breaking?
Yeah, they should call and comment. You guys don't have a phone back. People can call.
They can post on Facebook.
Oh, yeah, they could read comments and things.
I don't know. That's
They comment live on Facebook.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cash.
And then
Actually, when Chris Ward's when Chris Ward's in there, he usually watches that.
Yeah, Corey with sixes, suited Dan with sevens, Ed with an ace queen and a big blind.
And he is short stacked.
So ace to 900 by suited Dan.
And most of the other aces are gone, if not all of them.
oh, wow.
Penalty. That wasn't going to be 42. Should be.
Oh, 'cause if you would have folded, I was gonna raise.
Oh. You could do that. No.
Marco, are you all in?
Yes, I am.
Okay, Marco's all in for 4,200.
Marco all in for 4,200 with ace rag. He's got almost no chance of winning this pot. With the ace is pretty much gone. It only leaves him 3 5s, and that's if suited Dan folds.
You know, earlier I said that Ed was short stacked. I do not believe that's the case anymore. He doubled up.
Ed folds.
About 7,000 in front of him.
I think suited Dan will make the call here. I really do. Just because it's Marco.
Marco's played real tight tonight. Maybe he will benefit from
I
that.
still think suited Dan is going to make the call. I really do. We'll see if I'm right here.
There it comes.
Yeah. We will most likely see Marco joining us soon.
Dang, man, making those calls. I think I should have. I was gonna say. I was gonna say. I don't want.
Suited Dan flopping the set, and Marco would have hit the last ace.
And Marco was
See you guys. I was gonna call the set.
third one out tonight.
But I had to do everything else.
I have no chance.
I know, buddy. If you call it, absolutely. Really? I'm really going to play 7 against 2 people.
Right.
If he calls, I told him.
Pretty sure that will move Marco into last place.
I pulled it the best hand to use.
Barely had Paul beat.
Yes, sir. Thank you for not.
PJ, have you seen that glitching again like that? Oh, good.
Because he jams with Eddie Davis a lot. So I figured he didn't like
You'd think I knew what I was doing or something.
You were taking an ace down.
I folded ace-9 right before he showed ace-5.
Yeah,
Well thought out.
that actually is ungambling right there. What you just. Have you been reading 2+2, Dan?
Do you have something on the side of your face?
I think if Corey raises here, he should win this pot.
Yeah, it's like a road.
I think he did.
Corey calls.
9 to go. Race, 9 to go.
Oh, raised to 900.
Okay. Ed might make a call here.
70, Ed.
I was real surprised he folded the ace jack the last hand.
Later, Margo. Oh, it took me to a different side. 25 straight.
Missed our chance with Mark.
Ed raises to 25 straight.
Ed re-raises with the king jack. He folds the ace jack the last hand and re-raises with
Corey
the
folds.
king jack this hand.
We're playing poker now, boys.
Wow. That was a very good move.
I think he read that pretty good. Just put Corey on the button range.
I actually feel bad for Mark because he was playing.
He played real tight, man.
He just couldn't get it.
What's he doing in spots?
Wow.
Why are you raising out the gun with sevens and then calling? Oh.
Because he jams with every ace.
Suited Dan with jacks.
He was playing so
B-million with king queen.
You forgot about my hand earlier in the season. This is the one that's
No, because when I was heads up with you, I had jack 3. I'm like, come on. I want to see it hit now.
So now,
Because I was able to limp in when you and I were the blinds. I'm like,
I'm
come
in
on,
tune
jack
with
3,
Universe. I knew
baby.
exactly what he
Corey
did.
folds the ace 10.
And I knew that a 7 was coming in the
Of
universe.
course. Got together more.
Wow.
I make love to the universe.
You make love a lot. There's love going on.
Is Bobby still in the pot?
8.
Yes, he is.
Bobby raised to 8.
Oh, Bobby raised to 8. Okay, that's why Corey folded the ace 10.
32.
Re-raised to 32.
Suited Dan raises to 32.
Or just Richie.
Suited doesn't re-raise very often. That should be setting off bells with Bobby. Suited likes to call a lot. He doesn't re-raise very often.
26.
You made an 8. 32 minus 8 is
But 23.
32 minus 8.
24. But
24.
That's what I meant to do
Wow.
in the first place.
Bobby folds.
No, I was looking at it. I was like, that's right. I wasn't being a dick.
Bobby thinks about it, makes the right thing.
Hanging for a tip, huh?
Oh, yeah. I like when they do that. It's the next album. Don't even know yet. Lost one.
Is this right?
Got it.
If you have that kind of control, can I be the one that knocks
I
them out?
hope, yeah.
What's that?
What
I
universe
think
study?
I switched it over, but I did, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
What'd you have?
But it also told me to call.
Probably want to get that raised, though.
Or to raise
Let me
on.
switch it back.
Bob, you know? It definitely wasn't value. Hold your hand unless you have.
Actions on Bobby. Folds. Suited calls. Moskowitz calls. Mark checks his option.
Yeah, nobody caught any of that flop.
See if anybody wants to bet.
And Mark bet 600.
And that should probably take it down.
Yes, it should.
Suited folded.
I was calling.
Moskowitz folded.
It's a real strong part of Mark's game. He's just not. If you check it to him, he will bet. A lot of guys will just check it down, but
Obviously,
Mark's going to try and take it.
you're a
Bobby Big.
First act will be Corey.
Once you call and say when your teams are closed. I figured you had to pick a
So like, I'm gonna commit your whole set. That way, if you shove, I have to call.
And I'll be some ahead of the race. You never get mad if I put my chips in.
At 26.
Okay.
I think we might see Paul raise here.
Please stop touching the ball.
Are we still four?
Yes,
Don't
sir.
ask me questions.
It's a compliment with all your.
Did he just limp in?
Yes, he did.
Ball what?
He's a germaphobe.
Oh, yeah, right?
Don't understand that.
I didn't hear
He had a good spot there. Though.
When?
Ball's clean.
They hand you love. 3-6.
He's been playing pretty tight. I think he would have taken it down if he had,
Bobby re-raises.
6,500.
He's showing
6,500
weakness.
total.
Bobby's gonna raise, yeah.
Oh, is it on me?
Yes, sir.
Let's see a flop first.
Sure.
Where's the value of that?
What you got back? 400?
With neither one of them raising, Bobby just showed.
was okay with
just
the
because
Last bird's full.
he thinks nobody can call.
Both players full.
That is indeed, I'm not giving
That's
you
the only reason he did that here.
You could have 2, 3 off.
I had 2, 3 hearts. I was jumping.
Yeah, no.
Marcus raise, don't put all your chips.
Yeah. But it didn't. I'm just. It didn't matter what Bobby's cards were in
It's
there.
got a paper bus there.
With a limp on the button and a limp in a small blind, you don't put them on anything they can call that huge.
First
bet.
act will be Ed.
Cleveland went to come get bucks and asked the guy if we could have 10 bucks back so he could get on the bus.
Yeah.
2 minutes left in the blinds. Blinds are 200, 400.
Like fours
Yeah,
on,
because he gave the bus fare.
on the
I saw
button.
somebody,
Jesus, dude.
they made a bet,
Problem.
and left himself $3, and there's 2 people called, and then he bet the $3 into the pot.
I think we'll see Mark raise it up
And
there.
the 2 guys folded for the $3 into like literally.
Or he may call with ace nine.
They're just like,
11 now.
Mark raises to 700.
1100.
The guy literally asked me,
1100. There's a glare on the chips. I couldn't tell.
Yeah. Good pull. I thought he might defend since he had such a big stack.
it's coming more common.
I'll give money to like the guy who's playing the sax.
Something. Right, yeah, he's trying to.
First act will be suited Dan.
Not the person say, can I get some money? Hey, can I get, hey, can I get $1? I need $1. Can I get $1?
There's a guy up, I got a lot of deliveries up on Copley Road. There's a guy that walks around all day.
Suited Dan with
a
ace
gas can.
queen.
I need money for gas.
Yeah.
Good dude.
Under the gun, he should raise it and take it.
10th day in a row.
Yeah. 12 to go
You
now.
have like 5.
Dude, I think my car is leaking.
It's a good one.
Leaking gas.
I thought about sitting out there with a sign that said "Need money for poker," and I wanted to see if anybody would give me anything.
He buy $50 to buy.
I'm just going home.
Yeah.
And he does take the pot down.
Well, there are some guys that say, "Why kid? I need cigarettes and beer." Why lie?
Well,
There's
there's
a
a
girl on the recorded tape that she stood out there saying, I'm raising money for swim plans.
Oh yeah, that got national attention.
Yeah, I got national exposure.
Did she ever get him?
Yeah.
Did they show them?
I'm raising money.
They got national exposure.
I'll Google it.
Not too much going on here. If anybody raises it up, they'll probably take it down.
3-6 next time.
But it will probably go to blind versus blind.
Folds around to Ed.
Heads up.
Suited Dan checks his option.
I think Ed made a little move there that made him look weak.
Yeah.
And Dan, I think, picked up on that. He's got it open in a straight draw now.
Ed bets.
I think he's going to call.
400 raises 12.
Right, Ed bet 400, raised to 1200 by suited Dan.
Mm-hmm.
I think if Ed shoves here, he might be called by Dan.
Yeah, he originally grabbed his card.
Ed folds.
Yeah.
Luckily, they decided to call.
Well, I saw that, and I thought Dan might raise him there when he saw it.
So he fought the top pair there and still ended up losing the hand.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's not what you bet, it's what happens at the table.
Right.
You
And
make
it's
a
hard to
wrong move.
call a raise like that when you got the queen with the 3 kicker.
3-6 now, guys.
And I think all these
Mark
players are
Dak
gonna
first.
Oh, yeah.
catch those type of
yeah.
mistakes, and they will move on those mistakes.
This should get folded around to suited Dan in small blind with an ace-10. And Paul's got an 8-9 suited. Let's see how they play it.
Well, he doesn't have a lot of chips to be calling a big raise.
Raise to 1800.
Suited Dan raises to 1800.
What more do you call?
Yeah, that's probably going to be enough.
Paul folds.
See, that's a hand I'm going to defend with.
Well, he's, I don't think he really has the chips to defend.
Blinds are 300,
He's looking
600.
for the hand that he can double up.
Well,
with.
that's been the downfall of Paul all year. He just folds, and then tries to get it. Yeah. In fact, we've talked to him a lot about it. He's got his mind made up how he wants to play it. And I've seen him blind down, have 600 and 4 of it in the blinds and fold.
You'd appreciate it.
He probably did.
Over to Corey.
When you hear that chip in a chair, that that doesn't it usually doesn't bode well for most players.
It's
Raised
happened,
to 1300 by Corey.
It doesn't happen very often. It's last week, Mark, when they were 5-handed, had 600 in chips, came back and won it.
Corey takes it down.
He was 5-handed, and he was like, I don't know, second short stack, and made a move with ace-6 that he probably shouldn't have made. Even he said he shouldn't have made it. And lost a huge pot, got down to 600, and then the very next hand he got aces and quadrupled up.
Usually when the button's over there, like we're Paul's at.
And no one was able to stop it.
No, yeah, it was. He just every time he got it all in. Rob, who was here earlier, the first one out, was just had a huge stack, and he kept doubling Mark up.
And we got Mark with an ace-10 here. He's definitely going to call this.
I think it's.
Oh, it's a blind versus blind.
Yeah, I think it's blind versus blind.
Heads up. All in. Mucks.
Mark is all in. Bobby folded.
Yeah, no reason to play the pot there. Just take it back.
King 6.
I like 8.
He's got a monster.
Jack 3. Close second.
Not much you can do.
Jack 3.
Wait, so at least I'm not number 1 anymore.
3 million with jacks here.
No, actually, you're number 1.
You can't get it.
Yeah, Queen 6.
I thought you were a big fan of the Jack King off.
Mark with a button and an ace. He may. Does he raise it? Does he move in?
All of it.
Yeah,
Mark is all in.
Call.
Bobby B. Million
there.
calls.
Yep. Let's see if he can spike the ace.
And it doesn't look like they folded.
No, it's good.
Good save.
Let's see if Mark can get lucky here.
I don't know what I can see this hand.
That could bode well for me.
He's making a straight.
Deuce.
Ace and an ace only. And Mark's out.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 3.
Oh, yeah. It's like everybody.
Looks like we lose Mark in 6th place.
Solo first place.
And just like that, we're down to 5.
No, you can. You can't get him?
I'm 9 behind.
Well, you definitely
If
can't
he
touch
went up, if he went right now, I couldn't touch him this week.
Yeah, you can touch me.
I'd have to cover 9 points.
You don't want this anyone's fault.
I don't know just anyone. So let me tell you.
Did you say I could touch you?
That's a good idea.
Yeah, that would increase the aggression.
I might make
Hold on. That's the active camera.
Especially if you knock like 3 hours.
The tournament, the current leader. Yeah. He can do that.
I always get Corey actually next to him. I don't know why. Mark left without stopping to talk.
Looks like Bobby raised. 1200.
He must have an early day work.
Corey re-raises to 2800. Suited Dan folds.
That was Ed.
Or Ed, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I think B Million just acting here. Yeah, he's 5 off. I don't think there's any way he's calling here.
What's that? Yep. You want me to move that video closer? Click, click, click. That's some horrible video. We'll get that fixed for next game. I don't think we should stop the game in midstream here, but it's the first time I've experienced it this bad. But we do have a new mixer on the way that will be taking care of that later in the season.
Battle blind.
Oh yeah, it's doing it. It shows me exactly what you're saying.
I feel like straight up pulling
I
that.
say Ed's, the way Ed hesitates on that blind, he just shows so much weakness.
Yeah, I mean,
If I was in the big blind, every time he waited like that, I put
there's no reason to do that.
Not at all.
And people are creatures of habit. So,
Oh, yeah.
You know, it's probably going to be hard for him to get away from that unless he's really pays attention.
Yeah, and when he's had a big hand, he's usually acted pretty fast most of the time, unless somebody's raised in front of him.
Oh, we got lines.
Oh, you're getting viewers.
He's at the point where he's ready to push. He's been waiting for a while for a good hand.
Yeah, I think this is if Dan limps in.
He's not going to let Dan see a flop.
At least he shouldn't.
That's all right.
Yeah, see, that's what he waits for. Some nights you can get him every now and then, but other nights you just can't wait for him sometimes.
He likes suited cards, but I don't think he can call this.
How much was the raise?
I want to give you a double up
Yeah, he was thinking about it.
How much did he shuffle?
I can't see it, what it looks like, so.
Can you look your hand? I can see you put it.
And Paul was happy without a call there.
No,
But I know math isn't your strong suit. And I know we play by feel and getting there.
I play by the universe.
Dude, don't try to take my line. Because I'll throw some.
Paul
There we
with
go.
aces. But
He's in the small blind.
I don't think he's going to get any,
Two safe plays.
unless he slow plays, he's not going to get too much action.
Fuzzy feeling. Bunch of natural gas.
No, it's 8-9 off. It's a hand. Well, Dan played that a lot earlier.
Paul Moskowitz all in.
Let's see your stack.
Bobby folds.
I do not have.
See there, I'm not an advocate of the slow play very often,
I would never raise
but in that spot, I think it's the
Call, they might find some of your stack.
When you have a short table,
Then we're down to more
Send Moxley
more
Jones
conducive
and call it
to a
like
short
Small, big.
absolutely.
8 or 9 players. So
And even if it's a full table, if it's blind versus blind, you're not going to win much of a pot here. Just moving in or raising huge.
Just the certain player.
Let him see a flop, and then if you have to make a fold later, you can still do it.
Jam him now, Paul.
Ed raises to 1,500.
Give somebody a chance to king himself there. That's
See those cards?
No.
I can turn them over. Turn me off.
we talked about me, Chris, the other announcer, talked about ceremony. We've had people here
Suited Dan acts first.
Flop with a nut flush. Multi-raise pot. Just losing so much value sometimes when you. Sometimes you gotta slow down.
So that's an interesting.
yeah, I can't see leading out with a full
Right.
house. Flush. If somebody's got trips and you just make a small
Right.
bet, you still have to be able to lay that down.
Right,
at
it
the
was
end.
it was a huge bet though. It was it It was just that was the.
Is that a
only way
raise
they
by Bobby?
could get the ball.
Min raised 1,200.
We're not going to have a call here.
No. Maybe.
Let me guess what he had then.
2-6.
Yeah, he hadn't dominated.
Let me think of overtime.
Oh yeah, how many combinations of ace king are there in?
I think Ed has changed up his game a little bit from earlier to now.
Are you
He's
answering my
being
question?
a little more patient.
4 cards here, 4 cards here. Do all the little connections.
Ed comes and goes. You just never know which one you're going to get. Sometimes he'll play a ton of hands and hands you wouldn't think he'd play. Then he'll make folds sometimes that you're like,
First act is Matsuo, 2 folds.
can't believe he folded. Well, let's see. B million with 9s. He'll raise it up. Let's see
Raised
what
to
Ed does with
1,200.
Ace rag here.
The way he's been playing, I'd
Yeah,
be surprised if he calls. He's in. He's not in the right position to make that play.
Even suited Dan can't call that.
Very similar.
Bobby takes it down.
Supposed to say H down.
I don't know if that's actually a. I don't know if that's actually
Seen it.
That wasn't me.
Yeah, but it
You didn't do that?
Put it to the office.
That's how you do it, right?
I don't know.
Did you see the guys come up on the screen? The commentators?
No, but you switched it to the dual view?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I think it's a software thing.
Why didn't anybody that's in the blind?
Corey's
I don't know, man.
thinking about it, but he'll let that go.
Yeah, I mean, no reason to get too crazy.
Take up there or not?
Ed might play here. Let's see. With the button. I think it's worth a raise here.
Well, no, I actually can feel what you're talking about. But I don't.
Ed raises 1,200.
Ball might. Yeah, no. Paul's going to fold. Paul's going to fold. Tell him to quit putting on that show train. We all know he's folding.
I'll put it on a show.
There was something strange happening there. Like 30 seconds.
Something
The
strange.
universe is telling him not to fold.
It's like-
Paul's staying. Yeah.
You have to.
Actually, I was getting concerned. I thought he was going to see you.
You have
I thought
to
his
track
golf
from
ball
the
was that
universe.
procedure. I didn't need it
What you
mouth
want?
to mouth.
Oh, I don't
You
know.
have to put it into the universe.
You were put that
Put it out there.
too, weren't you?
Positive.
Corey back first.
Face straight to the table.
Ed
mouth
with
was
aces.
just
Let's see what he does here.
If he's in a good
Raises.
position to slow play these at this particular point.
Yeah, if he raises here, he's not going to get any action, I don't think.
Yeah, I think he's
Yeah.
going to overbet him.
18.
Ed raises to 1,800.
There's going to be a lot of
Yeah.
quick folds.
Yeah, that'll be it.
Yep, everybody folds.
That's the over. Alright,
You hear Bobby say he had 2 overs there. So he wasn't giving him credit for those aces. That's
Oh, I
for
thought you
sure.
were out first last week. man.
Bobby likes to say all kinds of stuff.
I was not for a second.
You
You
weren't.
can't believe much of what Bobby says.
Put you under the bus.
And Dan's got a suited ace 9 again.
The only reason I know is because I was out second. So
Corey
I'm
with
not
pocket
sure.
fours. Let's see what Dan does
Plenty of
here.
room for the first set. 1-7.
Dan does have position on it.
1,800 raised by suited Dan.
So like the one.
Yeah, the one.
That's all I'm allowed to bet.
Bobby with
Yeah,
king
that's
10,
fine.
he's probably going to fold, yeah.
Folds around to Corey.
I wouldn't be surprised if Corey folds. Yeah.
Show the soft one. Oh. That's right. I knew that.
You see most players defend their blind with a pair there.
So it's unfair. Advantage.
Yeah, he's been pretty consistent about letting weaker pairs go. So
Yeah, he
I'm not surprised that he folded that.
Oh, I'm not surprised either.
A little bigger pair, a little.
Suited folds.
He's actually in a worse position at this point, isn't he?
I actually really like the way Corey plays.
Bobby raises to 1,200.
See, here I wouldn't be surprised to see a re-raise by Corey.
I'm surprised that he is in 7th place. There
He's-
must
he's
have been a
had
lot
some-
of bad
yeah, he
beats
had-
or
well, just some cold
cards.
decks.
Cards haven't come his way.
Re-raise.
Last couple games.
A re-raise to 2,800 by Corey Mikeso.
He's just gotten, he flopped second pair a couple times and been check raised where he didn't have enough back to fold and just different things where he just, not so many bad beats, but just spots where he had to get it in and then lost.
And you were correct. He did raise.
Bobby folds.
I thought he might. Little different position. Dan opened it in early position last time.
Last hand for a break, guys.
Bobby was a button raiser. And most of the time, when the button raises, you're putting him on a steal attempt.
Blinds are 300, 600. There's 15 seconds left in the blinds, and we'll be taking a break.
So looks like it's going to be the last hand before we go on break.
It's a part of my game I wish I did more of. I don't steal enough. I don't make those button raises when I should.
And the cover girl glasses stay on the table.
2 players.
Even the new guys are ragging on Paul Montserrat. I wrote it down, but I had it all screwed up.
I am playing those 5 cards. I was totally playing those.
All right, that's great. We'll be back in 10 minutes.
Button there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's just logic on the subconscious level.
Yeah,
that's like so much that's intuitive.
That's what it is.
Yeah, because like if I'm playing chess, I don't. When you're analyzing, you always get it down to 1 or 2 or 3